Hello everyone, so today we're going to cook our chicken breast in a cream cheese sauce. So I'm actually cooking quite a lot here, so just reduce all the ingredients. So what I've done is I've cut the breast of chicken in half. So if you're just cooking for yourself, you might just want to buy a pack of 2 breast chicken and cut them in half, and then you'll have a meal for one day and one for the freezer or the fridge. I'm just diluting or dissolving my stock cube in here. So I'm using a vegetable stock cube. You can use chicken stock cube if you wish. Or if you've got some stock from cooking the chicken previously, then use that. I've got my spinach. You don't have to use spinach. You can use any other vegetable. I'm just choosing to use spinach. I've chopped my tomatoes in half. I've chopped a red onion, just roughly chopped. It's entirely up to you how you chop it. If you want to slice it, if you want to cube it, it's up to you. I've got my cream cheese, and it's the smaller tub. There we go. And it doesn't have to be that brand. And I've got my oregano and my basil. If you wish, you can add garlic or a little bit of chili, salt and pepper. It's up to you. So here we go. So you'll need a pan with a lid. I've just put the heat on, so it needs to be on a medium heat. And I'm going to let the pan heat up, and then I'm just going to put some spray oil in or some olive oil. It's up to you what you want to use. And what we're going to do is just brown off the chicken breasts. So we're just browning off the chicken, so we'll let it cook on one side and then we'll flip it over. So as you can see now, it's gone slightly brown and golden. So now we can take those out and just rest them on another dish. Okay, so I've removed all the chicken, and now I'm going to use the same pan. So this is just what's left in the pan. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put the onions in. I've just reduced the heat as well, and I'm just going to fry those off gently. I've added a spoonful of basil and a spoonful of oregano in, and you can add a little bit more oil if you need to, and then I've just mixed it all in, and they're just frying on a low heat for a couple of minutes before I add the tomatoes. So I've lined the chicken breast that I've cooked over the top, and now I'm going to pour in my stock. There we go. And then I'm going to let that gently simmer. I'm going to bring it up to temperature and let it simmer for 10 minutes. I'll put my lid on. If you don't have a hole in your saucepan, just put it at a slant so that the steam can come out. There we go, and we'll just leave that for 10 minutes. Okay, this has been bubbling away for 10 minutes, and now taken the lid off, I'm just going to turn it down a little more. There we go. And I'm going to pop the spinach over the top. And then we'll leave that to cook. As you can see, it only takes a couple of minutes for the spinach to break down. So I've just given it a little mix in there. Now I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to add the cream cheese. So I've blobbed the cream cheese on all over, and then all I'm going to do is gently just do little circles and mix it in with the chicken. So this is the cream cheese all mixed in. Now you can see it's quite runny. Now to solve this issue, you can either not put as much stock in when you put the stock in, you can reduce the stock, or what I tend to do is, because I want a lot of sauce, you can reduce it, so you leave it cooking for longer, or I tend to just put a corn flour mix in. So here is my corn flour I've just popped in. It's about 2 heaped teaspoonful of corn flour. And I'm just going to add some cold water. It's really important that you add cold water, not hot. Here's my cold water, and then I'm just going to mix that until it becomes more like a paste. So I've mixed the water and the corn flour together. Now if you leave it to stand, the corn flour tends to settle at the bottom and it becomes like quite difficult to mix the spoon in, so you need to make sure it's all mixed and it's all loose in there. I'm going to turn my pan on a heat again. Right, so you can see the sauce is bubbling away. I'm going to pour in a little bit of corn flour and I'm going to mix straight away. Now the corn flour is activated when the sauce reaches boiling temperature. So don't put too much in if it's not bubbling away, because you might find you've made it too thick. So just be patient, just keep mixing. Now I think I might like it a little bit thicker, so I'm going to pour a little bit in and I'm going to mix. There we go. And I think that is done. So I'll just turn the heat off. Now you can have this with, you might like it with some pasta or potato or even rice. It's entirely up to you. Now with all my recipes, you can chop and change. It just gives you a basic idea of what ingredients to use. So obviously if you're making less than just half the ingredients, or you might like it a bit more creamy, in which case you can use more cream cheese or less cream cheese. It's entirely up to you. You can add chili to make it a bit more spicy, or you might like some garlic, salt and pepper. It's just a recipe to use, and you can chop and change whatever you like. So give it a go, don't be afraid, and good luck. Just a quick note, if you're going to use corn flour, it's fine if you're going to dish it up straight away. However, if you're going to let it go cold, bear in mind the corn flour won't stay thickened, so you would have to add more corn flour. So it might be better if you're going to heat it up again, just to let it simmer down and become thicker.